Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim's Special Edition. My name is Camel. Now, Skyrim is a game with many hidden secrets to uncover, sprinkled throughout the vast wildernesses which are to be explored, and deep dungeons which are to be delved. There's nothing better than discovering a sneaky little treasure chest tucked away for 1 in hundreds to find. Well, today we will be that 1 in hundreds, as I'll be showing you the locations of 10 hidden treasure chests throughout Skyrim and its DLCs. Now be sure to let me know if you know of any other hidden treasures for me to cover, and if learning about the hidden secrets of Skyrim interests you. Be sure to check out my other Skyrim videos that I've already done. They can be found via the link in the playlist down in the description. Now down there in the old description you can also find links to all of my social media. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, along with joining our brand new Discord server. I look forward to seeing you there. Now, let's get our explorer's gear on, make sure we've got plenty of carry room as we head out and go reap the ripe plunder tucked away in the hidden and secretive corners of Tamriel. Now this first one is easily missed, as it's found far out of the way and cloaked in a pallid patch of rugged Arctic grass. So, deep up in the southernmost highlands of the hold of Falkreath, where the slopes meld into the jagged peaks of the Gerald Mountains, separating Skyrim from Cyrodiil, which rests to the south. Anyway, up here in this blank and seemingly uninteresting snow sink, building up in the cradling protection of the mountain stones, we have a tree. Right at the base, the surrounding ground is carpeted in grass. Now, well hidden in this grass is also a chest, along with a decapitated wizard and some other interesting things. But we covered this discovery fully in the Curating Curious Curiosities video for the Hold of Falkreath. I'd highly suggest you check that video out for the full story here and a whole lot more. For us now though, we're just here for the treasure. Now before we get to the chest, we can actually find the Conjuration Skillbook, the Warrior's Charge, resting peacefully against the frigid wooden trunk. So be sure to grab that. Now inside the chest I found a corundum ingot, a lovely crimson garnet, 30 gold, a grand soul gem, and a silver necklace. So with the book's value of 50 included, this haul has totaled in 480 gold. It's not terrible, but we'll have to hope that we find some thicker loot later on, which we will. Now, if you're having trouble finding this chest, it can be found right here on the map where my character is currently located, directly north of South Fringe Sanctum. But for now, we head to the chromatic cauldron of both geography and flora, the hold of the Rift. Now this one is particularly difficult to come across in your travels, or even find it while actively seeking it out. So, at the northwestern end of the Hold of the Rift, there is a location known as Nilheim. North of this keep, there is a grand series of waterfalls that cascade, collect, fall, pool, and wet wash the sides of this entire cliff as the stone steeps descend into the lower hold of Eastmarch. So do this series of waterfalls. Now, halfway down this huge drop, there is a body of water, giving the falling droplets some respite in their journey north. But among the aquatic amalgama, there is another that rests here, a single ancient Nordic chest, clearly suggesting that it has been washed from some local tomb who knows when. Now once we get ourselves here and get our hands on this chest, inside we'll find 7 Daedric arrows, 11 gold, a greater soul gem, a potion of resist cold, an iron dagger, and leather boots. Not the best haul ever, but we can hardly blame the ancient Nords for having such a meager collection of items. Together they total in a value of 298 gold, which isn't amazing, but I'll happily take it over nothing. Now this is really hard to get to. On the map it can be found right here where my character is currently standing, and if you are going to try and get here, please be careful not to kill your character with fall damage. Also, we did cover this chest in the Curating Curious Curiosities video for the Rift. Definitely check that out for a whole load of other hidden secrets within this beautiful hold of Skyrim. For now though, we'll be heading to the ever-dreaded Forgotten Vale, which of course was added with the Dawnguard DLC. This area is a beautiful and dangerous frozen wasteland and fossil of the Falmer people, that being the Snow Elves and not the modern Falmer. Now, once we get here, there is an unmistakable landmark, that being a frozen cliff face that splits the lower waterways of the Vale and the upper frozen lake. It also runs across the entire region. Now, while there is a lot to do here, in about the middle of the frozen cliff face, we might just see that there is an opening in the baubled icicles that hang down like timeless tears in this ghastly cold place. Next to one of a million waterfalls, there is a small opening, an entrance to a small alcove within the grand ice wall. In here, we will find a skeleton clutching an apothecary satchel, lying next to an ancient falmer chest. The chest will have a novice level lock, and inside I found a flawless garnet, a whopping 2 gold, a potion of ultimate healing, and a potion of vigorous magicka, coming together with a kind of flaccid combined value of 498 gold. But do not fret, traveller, or be disheartened, as the Dwemer will make up for this lacking payday. Now, I would show you where this is on the map, but much like the Vale itself, it seems the devs have forgotten to add a map. And again, we covered this chest in the Curating Curious Curiosities video for the Forgotten Vale, which I highly suggest you check out, as it's full of secrets like this chest, along with many, many more mysteries. Now, for these next 7 chests and their secret loot, we will need to be on the quest known as Lost to the Ages, which was added with the Dawnguard DLC. If you're unfamiliar with the quest or you don't know how to start it, I'd highly recommend you check out my full walkthrough video for that quest, covering all of the lore and rewards involved. But towards the end of this quest, we'll be sent to a location known as the Ruins of Bethalft, in the heart of the Beloved Rift. Here there is an elevator that is revealed and leads down into the Aetherium Forge, which is absolutely jam-packed with hidden treasure. So once we take this elevator down into the core of Nirn, as soon as we step out of the shaft and into the small antechamber, rather than opening the gateway, we actually want to turn to our right, where, hiding behind a fallen pillar, we can find a small dwarven chest. Inside, all I found was a silver amethyst ring, which has a value of 180 gold. Nothing amazing, but it is easily missed, and hopefully you'll have better luck than I. Now, as we descend the fire-lit stairs out into the great cavern, we'll see there is a waterfall to our right. Well, what would one of these videos be if there wasn't treasure hiding behind a waterfall, right? You guessed it, we'll need to plunge into the cold subterranean stream and swim on over through the Cascade, where in the damp dark we'll find a secretive small Dwemer chest. Inside we can find a Dwemer lever, a garnet, 2 gold, a potion of vigorous stamina, steel gauntlets of archery, and an ancient Nord sword of cold. Together they bring a value of 958, which so far is the best haul that we've come across. Ironically, the dwarves haven't come up short. So now we'll need to head back up to the main pathway from which we strayed. In the middle we will find this island where there is a pillar and altar-like structure, with a dwarven motif head and some bits and pieces. From here, we'll want to walk around and then jump off the edge and onto a small ledge about halfway down, where we can find our 3rd small Dwemer chest. Inside, I found 5 gold and an amulet of Akatosh. Collectively, they have a value of 94 gold. So, it seems after all, the dwarves have come up short. Now we'll head back up the main causeway, up the huge sets of stairs that lead to the Aetherium Forge. But rather than going to the lava-fueled steam vaults, first we'll go to the top of the stairs and then turn to the right, where there is an archway that leads to a river, which is where we'll find our next treasure. About halfway down the stream that fuels the waterfall in which we pierced through not a minute ago, we can see on the other side of the raging stream is a moderately sized Dwemer chest hidden in the cold darkness. Swimming over will get our hands on this. It will have an expert level lock on it. Now inside I found a Dwemer cup, a garnet, 6 gold and a potion of magicka. Sadly, it's not anything worth raising a cup to. They congregate to a monetary value of 156 gold. Not great, but it will become so as we delve deeper into the true deeps. Now we'll be heading to the Aetherium Forge itself. Again, definitely check out my full video on the Forge and the Aetherium artifacts. It's in the cards above. So while there is a lot to be done here for the quest, we're just going to be looking at the 3 hidden chests in this room. Firstly, on either side of the forge there is a sea of lava with a ramp leading into it. Well, in the far right corner of the lava lake, there is actually a Dwemer door that we can ever so carefully jump to. Now please be careful of the lava as it deals huge damage, as one may expect. But once we get over here, if you open the gateway up and follow the ramp up, about halfway through the hallway we can find a medium Dwemer chest, resting against the wall. In this ever so hidden chest, I found 1 gold, a potion of minor healing, a necklace of fire abatement, a glass sword of lethargy, and an orcish war axe. Together they bring in a huge sum of 2,089 gold, the largest we've seen yet. So gather these goods as we head to our next hidden chest. Now, just as we went to the right at the lava lake, we want to do just the same, but instead go to the left, where we will find a setup that mirrors the one from which we just came, a Dwemer gate that can be reached by some very careful leaping and bounding over the lava lake. Again, halfway up the hallway we will come across a small Dwemer chest, tucked into the corner with some rubble. Inside it I found 1 gold once again, a necklace of peerless health, and an orcish bow of weariness. While it's not much, these goods did come together to provide a sum of 1,475 gold, which is very handsome. Gather these treasures and prepare for the ultimate hidden chest. Now, behind the Aetherium forge, as we have discussed, there is a huge lava lake, which, just as a fun fact, is the only place in the game where lava is found in Skyrim. Now, this lava deals over 100 damage a second, and most players will avoid going near it at all, at the very real risk of dying within seconds. However, we can actually hop and jump and whirlwind sprint very carefully across these tiny little stepping stones that break the lava's surface. Now, following them, we'll be led to the back of the molten cavern, where, behind a stone pillar, is an occult and totally obscured pocket of land. Now, on this small island, there is an ancient boss-level Dwemer chest, the type you traditionally find at the end of a dungeon, which I do guess that this is. Inside this chest, I found a glass helmet of recharging, an emerald, 100 gold pieces, an amulet of Kinnereth, a dwarven sword, and staff of magelight, which have a collective total value of 1,736, which isn't the most that we've seen in this video, but that does bring the total value of everything we've found so far in this journey to a huge sum of 7,964, which, as good as that is actually about 400 gold less than the collective value of all of the treasure we found in our last 10 hidden Skyrim chests video. But don't let that get you like the Dwemer. Don't let that get you low. As with that familiar chap, we're at the end of this treasure-filled sojourn. So I do hope you learned something new about Skyrim, and that you'll be able to use this new knowledge to raid and plunder the rewards hidden in secrecy within Skyrim. If you do know of any other hidden and secretive chests and treasures, be sure to let me know down below in the comments. Now, while you're down there, be sure to check out the description for all of my social media links. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, along with joining our brand new Discord server. I'd very much enjoy seeing you there. Now, in these trying times, if you would like to support the channel in a more personal way, you can do so on Patreon or by joining right here on YouTube. As I'm sure you know, all of my time and energy goes into making these videos that I create for you to enjoy for free, so your support is most genuinely appreciated and welcomed in any and all forms. So please leave a like, leave a comment, hit up my socials, and consider subscribing so that you are notified when more content like this is uploaded. I've been Camel, and I'd like to thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for supporting my channel, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there soon.